Time now for business news with Ari Rabinovich. Hello, Ari.
Cynthia.
Today marks the first day of summer. Hooray! And
We made it.
We made it. Here we are. And that's a big deal for Ontario's tourism industry.
Yeah, what they're calling the so-called peak summer travel season officially starts today, as it is technically summer. But there's a lot on the agenda, or on the calendar, I should say, which means big business for Ontario businesses. So it's a big time to take advantage. So this comes from Moneris, the payments processor, who say that from July to August is expected to be that peak window for international tourism and thus spending, especially the August long weekend. That's pretty much the peak that they're aiming for, especially for us here in Canada. Moneris expects spending this year to surpass last year and is advising local businesses to prepare themselves for a wave of travelers. Now, in 2 weeks, Cynthia, it's going to be the 4th of July, Independence Day in the U.S. But how does this affect us? Well, where are U.S. travelers going to go? They could come to Canada, and being in Ontario, being so close to the border, Ontario businesses should brace themselves for the Independence Day holiday. Even though we don't technically celebrate it, businesses certainly will.
All right. Now, the cost of renting a home continues to soar, Ari, and that has many spending more than they'd want to just to keep a roof over their heads.
Yeah, it might actually be a reason some people put off travel plans, is because so much of their income, we found out, is actually going just towards paying the rent. So this comes to us from Royal LePage's 2024 Canadian Renters Report. It shows that across Toronto, 19% of renters are spending more than half of their income just on rental costs. And that's higher than the national average, which is 16%. Now, a separate report from rentals.ca and Urbanation showed average rent prices across Canada have jumped about 20% since the lows seen during the pandemic, but in Toronto, it's up more than 40% in the same period. So it's no doubt that we're seeing that disparaging difference in the data, Cynthia. So in terms of month-to-month costs, it's really tough to justify renting versus buying these days.
Absolutely. Let's turn to Amazon. I mean, we're going from not enough money to spending money on Amazon. It's attempting to make packaging a little friendlier for the environment.
Yeah, at least there's a bit of a peace of mind scenario when we get our packages these days, opening it up and not seeing as much plastic. In fact, there may not be any. Now, I should mention that as of right now, Amazon says in North America, the filler, that what goes inside the boxes along with your items, is already 95% recycled paper filler instead of those plastic air pillows that we are used to seeing.
Right.
So now Amazon is saying that they're going to be increasing that to 100% recycled paper by the end of this year. So I don't know if you ever had fun with those plastic pillows before, the same way we used to play with bubble wrap. That's going to be a thing of the past at the end of the year.
Got it. All right. Ari Rabinovich, always great to talk to you. Thanks very much.
Well.